No stories of him as, kicking small dogs or being particularly cruel as a child.
No, it's one of the things that's frightening, I think, about Mengele, is there isn't anything in his past which would give you the hook to say, well, this is what changed the man. There's some clear psychosis in his early years. There isn't any.
Joining us right now to talk about this controversial case is Mr. Gerald Posner. He is an expert on Nazi war criminals.
I think it would be a shame that if, in fact, after the Supreme Court stands up today in a 6-3 decision and finally says, allow this man to be deported, and they don't put any block for him going back to Russia, if they don't send him to the Soviet Union, it will be a dark mark on the United States justice that we allow this man to finally be stripped of citizenship for crimes that the district court here in New York believes that he committed, and then we allow him to go someplace and peacefully end the rest of his days.
Nazi expert Gerald Posner says Tannenbaum's case is a sensitive political issue.
Israel doesn't want him right now. They don't want to be a dumping ground for every Nazi war criminal that's charged with crimes and put them on for a big show trial. If Israel doesn't ask for him, there's not a country, I think, that will put him on trial, and this man will just be deported from the U.S. and live the rest of his days peacefully in another country.
No one is absolutely certain if he is alive, but a lot of people are still looking.
Joseph Mengele was in Paraguay and in Asunción and very close to the American embassy for nearly a 5-year period, the very same period of time that Mr. Bowen says he never heard of Dr. Mengele.
The first issue I would like to discuss is that of the International Red Cross. That file has been maintained in secrecy for 40 years in Geneva. I was rebuffed last summer when I tried to obtain access to it. The answer from the International Red Cross is that they will not release it to a third party. However, they will release it to a government if a government is conducting a proper investigation. When I inquired as to whether any government had ever asked for that important file, their response was never. I respectfully request that this Senate committee should direct the appropriate United States government agency to so request that file, and upon its receipt, make the information public therein.
It's an excellent idea, Mr. Posner, and we...
Series of articles and turned over $100,000 to a group of survivors. 20% of all the proceeds from this book also go to the twins and the survivors of Auschwitz.
Phil, I just want to say that I don't know this man very well. I think he appeared before one of our Senate hearings on one occasion.
Mr. Posner?
Mr. Posner. But the fact is that he spent 5 years of your life researching, digging, not for monetary gain, but because there was a kind of determination. And I would only wish that some of the people in our government would have had that same kind of determination, and I think we owe him a great debt of gratitude.
Thank you, sir. And we'll be back in just a moment.